I am José Alvergue. I am an associate professor of English, and I will be talking about English 268. 268 is a course that will depend on the instructor. It is a course in U.S. ethnic literature, so it will depend. Some will teach it as a Hmong literature, Asian American literature, African American literature. I myself have taught it as a Latinx literature and culture studies. I've also taught it as a U.S. ethnic speculative fiction. So the objectives are, I think, to introduce students to underread literatures, to introduce them to an area study literature, to continue to, do the work of a survey, introduce them to genre, introduce them to methods of reading texts, introduce them to the basic concepts of analyzing literature, with the added caveat that we are also discussing the historical and cultural context that certain authors will produce literature in, and the different ways that we as readers approach texts given their authorship, giving their particular narratives. According to the LE language, this is also a design for diversity course and an R1 course. So there's a lot of work that we're doing in the 268s toward, our EDI mission statements, which is really meaningful for those of us who teach it. I would hope that they come away with a body of readings, like an understanding of literature that they wouldn't have otherwise encountered, and understand themselves in relationship to the literature. One of the things that I'm really careful about is that, as we're reading, say, for example, Latinx literature, the objective isn't for readers or white readers to think that they know all the experiences of what it must be to be Latinx in America, but that they also kind of understand their own, racial identity, their own ethnic and national identity, in relationship to, and perhaps even in contrast to, the ways some of the authors are telling the story of their experiences in America. It's no different from where students read a novel or a book or a piece of literature and gain some understanding of themselves as emotional beings. It's really no different when they read any of these texts in 268. It's just that the getting there is a little bit difficult because they have to, think about their own race.